right, everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be focusing on something that I think is really important for anybody learning English.
Absolutely.
And that is vocabulary building.
Yeah.
And today, we're going to be taking a look at 30 words from Group 9 of the Oxford 5000.
Okay.
And what I think is so cool about this particular group of words is that a lot of them might seem pretty straightforward, but there are, some subtle differences in how they're used. And really mastering these nuances is what can help to make your English sound
Absolutely.
super sharp.
It's like having the tools, and now we're going to refine them and get even more specific and precise.
Exactly.
How we use them.
So let's jump right into it. Our first word is capitalist.
All right.
Now, we all kind of have a general idea of what a capitalist is, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
How would you define it for someone who is learning English?
I would say a capitalist is someone who believes in capitalism, which is an economic system. In this system, private individuals or companies own and control things like businesses and industries.
Gotcha.
Rather than the government.
Okay, so not just a business person, but somebody who believes in the whole system.
Yes.
Okay, give me some examples.
Okay, so the capitalist invested heavily in renewable energy, believing in its long-term profitability.
Okay.
Some critics argue that a capitalist society can lead to income inequality. She was proud to be a capitalist, valuing hard work and innovation.
Perfect. Yeah, you can really see how that word can describe a person. It can describe the system.
Yeah.
It can even describe like an attitude.
A philosophy.
It's not just about the money. It's a whole philosophy.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, cool. So moving right along, our next word is carbon now.
Okay.
This one's a little bit tricky because it can pop up in so many different contexts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. At its core, it's a chemical element. It's like one of the building blocks of life.
Right.
But we also use it to talk about climate change, archaeology, all sorts of things.
Totally. All right, so how about these examples? Reducing your carbon footprint is crucial for environmental sustainability.
Okay.
The archaeologists use carbon dating to determine the age of the ancient pottery.
Right.
And diamonds are actually just the crystalline form of carbon.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can see just one simple word, so many different possibilities.
Lots of possibilities.
And that's why it's so important to really pay attention to the context.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, this next one is a little bit more tangible.
Yeah.
Cargo.
Okay.
You know, all the stuff that we ship around the world.
Right, exactly. It refers to the goods being transported by ship, plane, truck, or train.
Gotcha.
It's a word you'll often hear in logistics and international trade.
Totally. So how about this? The cargo ship was delayed due to stormy weather.
Okay.
The airline lost my luggage, claiming it was never loaded onto the cargo plane.
Oh, no.
And the truck driver carefully secured the cargo before setting off on his cross-country journey.
Yeah. And you'll notice how it's always about something being moved.
Yes.
From one place to another.
Exactly. And speaking of travel,
okay,
let's talk about carriage, but not the horse-drawn kind.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. In this case, carriage refers to a separate compartment on a train for carrying passengers. So think of it as one of the cars on a passenger train.
Okay, gotcha. So we walked through several carriages to find our seats.
Okay.
The carriage was crowded with commuters heading home from work.
Yeah.
And the overnight train had sleeping compartments in each carriage.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you're ever traveling by train in an English-speaking country, you'll need to know this word.
Absolutely.
Okay, this next word has a couple of different meanings. Carve.
Okay.
We can carve a turkey. We can carve a statue.
Yeah.
You can even carve your initials into a tree. Right.
Exactly.
So what does carve mean?
Carve means to cut something, usually with a sharp tool, into a particular shape. It can be for practical purposes like cooking or artistic purposes like sculpture or even just for fun.
Totally. So the chef expertly carved the roast beef, creating thin, delicate slices.
Okay.
The artist spent months carving the intricate details of the wooden sculpture.
Mm-hmm.
As a child, I carved my name into a tree trunk, a memory that's still visible today.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, so it's a very visual word, right?
It is.
You can almost picture that action of cutting and shaping.
Absolutely.
All right, okay. Next up is a word that conjures up images of bright lights and maybe a little bit of risk.
Ooh, okay. Casino.
All right, so a casino is a place designed for gambling.
Okay.
People go there to play games of chance and hopefully win some money.
Okay, so the new casino drew tourists and locals alike with its promise of excitement and fortune.
Nice.
He lost a small fortune at the blackjack table in the casino.
Oof. Yeah, it happens.
And Las Vegas is famous for its extravagant casinos.
Yeah, it's interesting how that word casino kind of carries those connotations.
It does.
Of both entertainment
and
risk. Danger, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's switch gears to a word that is much more relaxed.
Okay.
Casual.
Right. Casual means something is informal.
Okay.
Relaxed or unplanned.
Gotcha.
It can refer to clothing, events, even conversations.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So they decided to have a casual get-together at the park. No need for fancy invitations.
Yeah.
She prefers casual clothing for everyday wear, like jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And the meeting had a casual atmosphere, encouraging open discussion and brainstorming.
Cool.
Yeah, so it really implies that sense of ease and comfort. It's the opposite of being
formal
or uptight.
Yep.
Right. Okay, now we're going to touch on a more serious word.
Okay.
And one that is very easily confused with casual, and that is casualty.
Right. And it's important to be sensitive with this word.
Yes.
Because it refers to someone who has been killed or injured in an accident or a war.
That's right. It's a heavy word. Here are a few examples. Sadly, there were several casualties in the car accident.
Mm-hmm.
The war resulted in countless casualties, leaving a lasting impact on the nation.
Right.
And emergency responders worked tirelessly to attend to the casualties of the natural disaster.
It's a word we often hear on the news when there are tragic events.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a reminder that words can carry a lot of weight and emotion with them.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to something a little bit lighter, we have catalog.
So a catalog is a collection of items, usually presented in a book or online, with descriptions and often images.
Okay.
Think of it like a curated list.
Okay. Ooh, like that antique furniture catalog I was browsing the other day. All right. How about these? The museum published a catalog of its entire art collection.
Nice.
She spent hours flipping through the seed catalog, planning her spring garden.
Oh, fun.
And before online shopping, people relied on mail order catalogs to purchase goods. So catalog often implies a sense of organization and categorization.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting hungry thinking about this next word, cater.
Ooh, me too.
So what does it mean to cater?
To cater means to provide food and drinks for an event or a group of people.
Okay. All right. So we hired a catering company to handle the food for the wedding reception.
Okay.
The restaurant caters to a wide range of dietary needs, offering vegetarian and gluten-free options.
Nice.
And she enjoys catering small dinner parties for her friends, showcasing her culinary skills.
Cool.
So it's all about taking care of the food and beverage needs.
It is.
Of a gathering.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, a word you might hear if you're out on the farm, cattle.
All right, so cattle specifically refers to cows and bulls that are raised as livestock.
Gotcha.
Usually for meat or milk production.
Okay, so the rancher herded the cattle across the vast open range.
Okay.
The price of cattle feed has a direct impact on the cost of beef. And dairy farmers milk their cattle twice a day to produce fresh milk.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very specific word.
It is.
For a particular type of livestock.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of being specific, our next word is all about being careful.
Okay.
Caution.
So caution means taking care to avoid danger or mistakes.
Okay.
Being prudent. thinking things through in your actions.
So drive with caution in icy conditions. The roads can be very slippery.
Yes.
You approach the unfamiliar dog with caution, unsure of its temperament.
Right.
Investors were advised to exercise caution before putting their money into the volatile stock market.
It's all about minimizing risk.
Absolutely. And that brings us to the adjective form of that word, cautious.
All right, so if you are a cautious person, you tend to be careful and avoid taking unnecessary risks.
Okay.
You think things through before you act.
Gotcha. So he was always a cautious driver, never exceeding the speed limit. She's a cautious investor, preferring low-risk investments over potentially high-return but risky ventures.
Mm-hmm.
The hikers took a cautious approach, carefully navigating the treacherous mountain path.
Yeah, it suggests prudence and level-headedness.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm feeling a little bit adventurous now. Let's explore the word cave.
Okay, a cave is a natural underground chamber, often formed in rock by the action of water or wind over long periods.
All right, so the spelunkers explored the deep, dark cave, marveling at the intricate rock formations.
Nice.
Ancient cave paintings provide a glimpse into the lives and beliefs of prehistoric people.
Mm-hmm.
The children imagined the cave as a secret hideout for pirates and their buried treasure.
Ah.
So cave often evokes that sense of mystery, adventure, and maybe even a little bit of fear, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, this next word is pretty definitive. Cease.
All right.
It means to stop completely.
Completely.
To bring to an end.
Yep.
So it implies finality.
Finality.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the company was ordered to cease operations immediately due to safety violations.
Right.
After hours of heavy rain, the downpour finally ceased.
Mm-hmm.
Negotiators worked tirelessly to achieve a ceasefire between the warring factions.
Right.
So it's a very powerful word.
It is.
It suggests that abrupt or definitive end.
Yeah.
Right. Our next word brings us to a place of quiet reflection.
Okay.
Cemetery.
A cemetery is a designated area where the deceased are buried.
Right.
It's a place of remembrance and mourning.
So they visited their grandparents' graves at the cemetery, leaving flowers and sharing memories.
Mm-hmm.
The old cemetery was filled with weathered headstones, each marking a life lived.
Right.
The funeral procession slowly made its way to the cemetery, where friends and family gathered to say their final goodbyes.
Yeah, it evokes feelings of solemnity and respect for those who have passed on.
Absolutely. Okay, shifting gears again, let's talk about being absolutely sure of something. Certainty.
All right, certainty is the state of being completely confident. Okay.
Or having no doubt about something.
Gotcha.
It implies absolute knowledge.
All right, so she spoke with certainty about her plans to travel the world after graduation.
Okay.
The scientist had no certainty about the outcome of the experiment, as the results could vary widely. And he maintained his innocence with absolute certainty, convinced that the evidence would prove him right.
Yeah, so it's a powerful word.
It is.
Often used to convey a strong conviction or belief.
Absolutely. All right, now for a word that often signifies achievement. Certificate.
Okay, a certificate is a formal document that provides proof of something. Like completion of a course, qualification for a profession, or ownership of something.
All right, cool. So she proudly displayed the certificate on her wall, marking her achievement of becoming a certified yoga instructor.
Nice.
He needed to present his birth certificate as proof of identity when applying for a passport.
Right.
The car came with a certificate of authenticity, verifying its value as a classic model. Yeah, it serves as a tangible and often official record of an accomplishment.
Or a qualification.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Speaking of accomplishments.
Yeah.
This next word is all about pushing ourselves, challenging.
All right, so challenging describes something that is difficult and requires effort.
Okay.
But it also suggests a sense of being stimulating and potentially rewarding.
Okay, gotcha. So climbing Mount Everest is a physically and mentally challenging feat that tests the limits of human endurance.
Absolutely.
Learning a new language can be challenging, but ultimately incredibly rewarding.
It can be.
And she found her new job to be both challenging and engaging, pushing her to learn and grow.
Yeah, implies that overcoming obstacles leads to personal satisfaction and growth.
I love that. Okay, let's step into a different kind of space.
Okay.
Chamber.
All right, so chamber can refer to a room or enclosed space used for a specific purpose.
Gotcha.
It can also describe a compartment within a larger structure.
Okay, so give me some examples.
Okay, so the judge entered the chamber, ready to preside over the court proceedings.
Okay.
The heart is a complex organ with 4 chambers that pump blood throughout the body. The ancient Egyptian tomb contained a hidden chamber filled with treasures and artifacts.
Ooh, very cool, yeah. It suggests that sense of enclosure and separation.
It does.
In the outside world. Right. Okay, time to aim for the top. Our next word is championship.
All right, so championship refers to a competition to determine the best individual or team.
Okay.
In a particular sport or activity, it's the highest level of competition.
All right, so the team celebrated their championship victory, having trained tirelessly all season.
Awesome.
The World Chess Championship attracts the most skilled players from around the globe. He dreamed of winning a championship title, knowing it would require dedication and hard work.
It's associated with intense competition, skill, and the pursuit of excellence.
Absolutely. Now, for a word that can describe a state of utter confusion.
Ooh.
Chaos.
So chaos is a state of complete disorder.
Okay.
And unpredictability.
Gotcha.
It suggests a lack of control and can be overwhelming.
All right. So the sudden earthquake caused chaos throughout the city, with buildings collapsing and people fleeing in panic.
Wow.
The children's playroom was in a state of complete chaos with toys scattered everywhere.
Oh, yeah, I know that one.
And the unexpected power outage led to chaos at the airport, with flights delayed and passengers stranded.
It often describes situations that are disruptive and potentially dangerous.
Absolutely. Okay, let's take a step back and try to make sense of things. Our next word is characterize.
Okay.
What does it mean to characterize something?
To characterize means to describe the distinctive qualities or features of something.
Okay.
It's about highlighting what makes something unique.
All right, so honesty and integrity characterized her leadership style, earning her the respect of her colleagues.
Okay.
The novel is characterized by its vivid descriptions and complex characters, drawing readers into its world. His music is characterized by its unique blend of jazz and folk influences, creating a sound that's both familiar and fresh.
Yeah, it helps us understand the essence of something by focusing on its defining traits.
Totally. Now, for a word that can make someone instantly likable.
Ooh, okay. Charm.
All right, charm is a quality that makes someone attractive and appealing. It can be a personality trait, a physical feature, or even the ambiance of a place.
Okay, so he possessed a natural charm that put people at ease and made them feel instantly comfortable in his presence.
Okay.
The quaint seaside town had a certain charm with its cobblestone streets and colorful houses.
Nice.
She wore a delicate silver charm bracelet, each charm representing a special memory or loved one.
So sweet.
Yeah, it often evokes those feelings of delight and fondness.
It does.
Right? And building on that, we have charming.
Right. Charming describes someone or something that is pleasant, delightful, and often a bit captivating. All right, so we stayed in a charming bed and breakfast with its cozy rooms and welcoming hosts.
Awesome.
She told the children a charming bedtime story filled with whimsical characters and magical adventures. He had a charming smile that could light up a room, making everyone feel instantly happy.
Yeah, it implies a sense of warmth, grace, and sometimes a touch of magic.
A little bit of magic. I like that. All right, ready for a little adventure?
Yes.
Let's talk about charter.
Okay, so charter has a couple of different meanings.
Okay.
It can refer to a formal document that establishes an organization or grants certain rights.
Yeah.
But it can also mean to rent or lease something,
What?
like a boat or a plane,
Gotcha.
for private use.
Okay, so the company was granted a charter to operate a new airline route.
Okay.
They decided to charter a sailboat for a week-long trip through the Caribbean islands.
Nice.
The school's charter outlined its commitment to providing a high-quality education for all students.
Cool. So it can be both a noun and a verb, depending on the context.
Exactly. Okay, let's pick up the pace with chase.
Right.
What does it mean to chase something?
To chase means to pursue someone or something quickly,
Okay.
often with the intention of catching or overtaking them.
Gotcha. So the dog playfully chased the ball across the park, its tail wagging with excitement.
Oh.
Police officers chased the suspect through the crowded streets, determined to apprehend him.
Okay.
And he spent his life chasing his dreams, never giving up on his goals.
So it can be a physical pursuit or a metaphorical pursuit
Uh-huh.
of ambitions or aspirations.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next one's pretty straightforward.
All right. Your cheeks are the fleshy areas on the sides of your face,
Okay.
below your eyes.
So baby had rosy cheeks, a sign of good health and happiness.
Huh.
She blushed, her cheeks turning a bright shade of pink,
Cute.
and he kissed her gently on the cheek, a gesture of affection, and goodbye.
Oh, so sweet.
A very common word
Isn't
for a
it?
very familiar facial feature. All right, okay, time to spread some positivity.
Okay, I like it.
Let's talk about cheer.
Cheer can be a shout of encouragement or joy. It
That's
can
nice.
also mean to make someone feel happier or more optimistic.
All right, so the crowd erupted in cheers as the home team scored the winning goal. She tried to cheer up her friend who was feeling down, sharing funny stories and words of encouragement.
That's nice.
And the holiday season is often associated with cheer and goodwill as people come together to celebrate and spread joy.
Absolutely.
So it's all about those positive emotions.
Yes.
Celebration and support.
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, and finally, our last word for today is choir.
Okay, a choir is a group of singers who perform together,
Uh-huh.
often in a church or concert setting.
All right, cool. So she joined the school choir in elementary school, discovering her love for singing.
Awesome.
The gospel choir filled the church with their powerful and uplifting voices.
Mm-hmm.
The symphony orchestra was accompanied by a large choir, creating a magnificent and moving performance.
So it suggests a sense of harmony,
Yes.
collaboration, and the beauty of voices blending together in song.
I love that. Wow, we did it.
We did.
We just explored 30 words. And I don't know about you, but I feel like I have leveled up my English skills.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it was so fascinating to see how even simple words can have such depth and nuance.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about paying attention to those subtleties
Mm-hmm.
and using words with precision.
Yes.
That's how you really elevate your communication.
Absolutely. So think about these words. Try to use them in your own conversations this week
Yeah,
and see how they can help you express yourself more clearly and confidently.
I love it.
And here's a little challenge for you. Pick one word, maybe one that surprised you or that you haven't used before,
Okay.
and make a conscious effort to use it this week. See how it feels.
I like that challenge.
I think it'll be fun.
It will.
All right. Until next time.
Bye.